All right, excuse me. Wow. Coming up next in computer science is you're going to build a little website about a topic that you pick. This is your time to kind of take off and do something you're interested in and have a little fun with it. And I'm going to show you what's required in this movie, and I'll show you quickly my example. And then it's going to be a 2-class day thing for sure. And you may even use a little bit more time than that. It just kind of depends on how much you put in on your pages that you're going to build. Okay, so this handout that you're looking at right now is going to be linked up on Google Classroom. The goal of the assignment, you build it from scratch. You go to the web lab and you start from scratch. This is not something where we use another project that had been done earlier. You start from scratch with this, all right? And you're going to have to choose, an idea. What's your little site going to be about? Is it going to be, I don't know. I'll show you mine. Mine's about moon landings, NASA missions to the moon that happened back in the 60s and 70s. And but you're going to have to come up with a topic. Is it going to be like Minecraft, or is it going to be NBA basketball, or is it going to be dog breeds, or you'll have to come up with something. But anyway, let's take a look at the requirements. They're right here on this page. I'll point to a few things. You have to have a consistent topic throughout the site. I've had people do this in their first page. We'll say, I love football. And then they'll have a link, and I'll click, and it'll say, Minecraft is a fun game. And there just doesn't seem to be any theme to the site. There should be one topic. If you're doing football, then all the pages are about football. If you're doing Minecraft, then all the pages are about Minecraft. If you are doing dog breeds, then all the pages are about dog breeds. Or if you're doing one certain dog breed, then all of the pages are about that dog breed. Your topic has to be consistent through the whole thing. You're doing a little small site about one idea. All right, next. You're going to have at least 3 pages. The index.html that code.org provides is going to be page 1, and that counts as one of your pages. And so you're going to have to make at least 2 more. You could have more than that if you want to. You could have more, but you have to have at least a total of 3. All right, next up, somewhere on your pages, and I don't care where, but somewhere you have to write code that will use 3 images. You're going to have to go out and collect some images, and you'll have to write some code that will put images on the page. You'll have to use the image tag. All right, so, and it could be that all 3 pictures on one page, or you have a picture on each page, or you have 2 pictures on one page and 1 picture on another page, and you can have more than 3. It's okay to have more than 3, but you have to have at least 3. All right, so there's that. You have to have at least 2 headings built into your site someplace. That's not hard at all. H1s make a really good, like, big, bold headline. But H3s or H4s make a nice subheading, so you can decide how you're going to use them. But you have to have at least 2 headings built into your site someplace. You're going to have at least 1 list. We covered list codes, ordered and unordered, and I don't care which kind you use. You can use whichever kind you want. But you'll have to have a list someplace in your little site that you build on some page somewhere. You don't have to have a list on every page. You have to have a list on a page someplace. Right? You have to have at least 1 paragraph. I want to see paragraph tags someplace. All right, so you have to do that. At least 1 paragraph. And now here comes kind of the important part. You're going to have navigation links on every page, because you just cannot have a web page without any way to get off of it. Right? If you make a page that doesn't have a link on it for me to click, then you're going to start losing points pretty quick there, because the navigation is really, it's like the most important thing. And then the last thing here, and you see, if you're looking, you're seeing all the points that are attached to these things, right? All the navigation has to work properly, so you need to check your site. You need to, like right there in code.org, you should be able to click your links, and it should go to the places where you've designed it to go. And if it doesn't, there's a problem, and you need to fix it, and I'll help you. Or you can get help from a buddy or whatever, but if there's problems, you need to fix it. All right, so again, use that index.html as your page 1. Do not change the name of that. Index.html is page 1 of your site. And then add any other pages. You'll have to find images. choose something that you like, right? Choose a subject that you like. It'll be more fun if you do something you enjoy. It just has to be school appropriate, right? And when you get all the way done, this will definitely be at least a 2-class session thing. It went, for the people at school. So if you're at home, it's going to be a couple of days. It could be 3 days. So yeah, there you go. Turn it in when you have it done. Now I'm going to show you mine real quick. Mine is, like I said, it's about NASA moon missions that happened in the late 60s and early 70s. And what we'll do here, I'm going to pull this over. We'll start by kind of looking at the right side of code.org where you actually see the preview of the pages. All right, so you're looking at my index page here. And you see I have a heading up here and a smaller heading here, a little paragraph right here. I put a picture on page 1. I put a little paragraph down here with an image credit. I got all my images from nasa.gov, all the moon images that I've got. So this is my index page. Up here at the very top, I decided to put my navigation at the top of the page, but you do it however you want to do it. That's kind of up to you. But I've got links here for the index page where we are right now. I've got a page about moon missions. I've got a page about they named their ships every time they flew. They had names for the ships, and then crews. There was a crew of 3 on every Apollo mission. So if I go to the missions page, here's what it looks like, and I put an image of an Apollo mission, an Apollo patch, on that page, and then just a list of the missions, right? And this is where I'm meeting that requirement. On the project, I have to have a list someplace, and so I do, right? There's my list. Apollo 13, have you seen the movie? Right, that's very exciting, really, very exciting story, very exciting true story, explosion on the craft as they were on their way to the moon, and they didn't get to land on the moon, but they had to figure out a way to fly back and survive. It was very exciting. They made it. Spoiler alert. The ship names. And so what I did on this one, I made it so that there's a heading, and then there's a smaller heading that has the mission, Apollo 11, and I decided to put pictures of the mission patches on there so you can see the Apollo 11 mission patch. And then every mission had a command module and a lunar module, and so like on Apollo 11 they were called Columbia and Eagle, and then all the way down you can see Apollo 12 and 13 and 14 and 15 and Apollo 16. I put all the patches on there with image tags, and I have little really short lists here too, right? You see those bullets? Those are made by really short unordered lists. All right, so there's the ship names. That's a whole page of the ship names. And then the other page is the mission crews. All right, and I kind of did a similar way. I have a heading that says Apollo 11, and then I have an image of those of the 3 astronauts on Apollo 11, and then I put just their last names here: Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins. And I included where I got the photos. So I just think that's kind of an okay thing. Apollo 12 with an image, and there's the names of the astronauts. Apollo 13, the astronauts and their names, right? Okay, and it goes all the way down. It goes, 13, 14, 15, and 17 was the last one. There were no more Apollo missions after Apollo 17, not that went to the moon anyway. So that's how mine turned out, right? I've got the index page, you're looking at that, the missions page, okay, the ship names, the mission crews, and then we'll just take a quick look over here at, and I'll just click for the pages, but I'm looking, we'll look quick over here on the left-hand side at the code. All right, so this is all the code for my index page. There's not that much on the index. I got some headings in there, paragraph, and I got an image. Right, cool. The missions was, there's a list, right? Got a list on there. My links are up at the top of the page. I did that on all of them. A little image tag right there with that Apollo patch. All right, ship names, look at the code for that. Pretty much all, there's a heading and then an image and then a very short unordered list, and the same thing all the way through. Okay, mission crews. There's the code for that. All right, I don't know that you really want to look at my code. Maybe you do. But that's it. That's what we're working on next couple of days. Your own personal site about whatever school appropriate thing you decide. You have to have at least 3 pages. I have 4. Overachiever. So yeah, it's time for you to get to work. Let's roll.